Hello, am I
Yeah,
audible?
sir. Yes, you are audible, sir.
So I think we can go straight away to this question answer session. Or do you want some introduction, as you say?
I think for maybe the first 5-10 minutes, we can have some brief introduction, and then post that we'll head straight away to Q&A.
Slightly be more louder. It is audible but not very clear. So kindly be louder. Kindly, please tell we could not understand. Hello.
Yeah, I'll be louder, sir. I think we can start off with the first 5-10 minutes worth of introduction, and then we'll open the floor for Q&A.
Okay. So I'm Ajit Kumar, the Director of Finance, IRCTC. And with me, this team is there. Our GGM Finance is there. Then our GGM IT will be there. And we have our AGM Finance. And regarding, I think this is it the first time they are interacting with us? Is it the first time? Is it the
No,
first
sir.
time? Okay.
No, sir. We have many investors here who are already aware of the company and they broadly know the business model.
Okay. So now see the results have already been declared, and I mean we have done comfortably well. But however, we always want to have your suggestions for a benchmarking and any standards which we think that it is practical and feasible. We would like to have your suggestions so that investors and one who influences the decision of the investors and one who has always been with us through thick and thin. So we would like to have your this whatever the strategy, the suggestions and all that. We will have an interactive session, and if there is any data which is required and which is manual data, so that you can always send to the CIRO, and we will by email we will be reverting back. So we will utilize this time for some strategy, some your suggestions, so that to keep to go this company in a forward direction. And as a investors, we have supported. So therefore, I mean it is whatever you say. So we will try to see to it that it is implemented to make it a market to better market cap, to be in the market, and to ensure that the shareholders' interest is protected. So I think we can go ahead.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for that. So maybe if I hand back the floor to you and have 5 to 10 minutes worth of introduction, something about recent results or anything in particular that you might want to highlight, I think that would be great for the investors. And post which we can have, a Q&A session.
Okay. Then I think one or two things we see. I mean, we in general, I will be just giving you some the brief snapshot. One that that was the pandemic, the COVID-19, which affected everyone in the industry. So it affected also very badly. But yes, I mean, due to resilience and due to the passengers, I mean, this again, what is the movement, because we are this company dependent on the movement of the services of the passengers. So we are already surpassed the pre-COVID level. And one more thing is there that due to I will tell you this is a very good development that government of India realized that the number of the trains have to introduced more, because then more number of people are becoming, what you say, they are going out for their jobs, their works, I mean for employment purposes. And we the introduction of the new trends is in a very fast pace. And one of the most important factor regarding is the introduction of the dedicated freight corridor. Dedicated freight corridor, I will be telling it slightly that earlier in the introduction of new trends were stalled. This was not possible because the line was choked, and so the line capacity was not there. But once this has started, there's this dedicated freight corridor. So therefore, I mean, of course, only part of it there. So the freight traffic is now moving from on the Indian Railway network, and that means the more number of trains are being introduced. We in this government, if you see that the production and the manufacturing of the coaches and the locos are in a very fast pace, and therefore you see the, I mean, number of trains are being introduced at a very short notice. The one another thing is there that number of no new trains are being introduced. The number of the existing trains are being extended. The extension of the new trains, the old trains, and the frequency of the trains is also being increased. All these having, I mean, see the positive, what you say, repercussions for us, in the sense that more number of passengers travel, then the more number of tickets are being booked. We've already done very well in the, I mean, in this online ticketing, and of course it will only increase. Number one, number two, more number of passengers, that will more at the stations. So if the more number of passengers visit the platform and visit the stations to board the trains, so that the sale of that also goes high. So we have the in the static units like what you said, this Janahar, this executive lounge, then refreshment room, the food plazas, and then of course we are doing much better in the, of course, this tourism. It is rebounding. So we are taking what you say, the advantage of this, and very recently we had tied up with this Char Dham Uttarakhand, this the helicopter, the booking, the this being done on our platform. So what I mean to say, if the situation is normal and the people are traveling, or is always on the move. If you see whether it is festival season, marriage season, social and first employment region, so the movement is there. Then of course we have uh, made the life very much easier for our military and paramilitary for elections. So they have other earlier you see the warrant system was there. It was such a cumbersome. I mean, how to reconcile and how to get to the book. So we are acting as a one-stop solution for all the paramilitary forces, the movement, the elections, and of course the elections are coming. So that will be another thing. The elections will be running. So we will be taking care of everything right from A to Z. They don't have to bother about anything. We are the single point interface. So in nutshell, what I would like to say that I mean we will be whatever we will be increasing our market share. I mean, the passengers are there. So in any case, you also will be there. We are extended arm of the Indian Railways, and the inventory is there. I mean, these passengers are there, but we have as a service provider, we want to have a seamless travel experience for all the travelers, for the passengers, and to have the real good experience. The introduction of new Vande Bharat, if you see, so that has a, I mean, what you say, the change the image, because the number of trains introduced and the number of service levels, if you see, so it is a fantastic. So we are getting a very good media, I mean, reports also, and we are still, we want, there is no point that we don't want to improve. We still, there is scope of improvement. We would like to have from the feedback from the investor, from the passenger, from the social media, whatever we take it very positive, and we understand that we should be a benchmark in this industry. I think this is sufficient. Now you can have the interactive session, whatever, if you like to, I mean, this ask.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for that background and for actually having your entire team present for this call. So I'll now pass it over to the investors who are present on the call. Investors, you can this is a very small group. So whenever you have a question, please go ahead and ask the question. Actually, sir, let me just kick off the conversation, right? Would you have any specific comments on the initiatives that you're taking for the tourism segment? Right now, this is a segment which we think, in our opinion, has done.
But new projects. I would like to say that we have taken on lease the 10 Bharat Gaurav trains, entire coach 10, and to make itinerary and to have the package for the entire two to three sectors will be there. Of course, one of the religious sector will be there, the Ramayana and other circuits and the Char Dham, and then also this Dwadas Shivling, this Shiva Wala, and then we state Tirth Yatra. So we are of the art. So therefore, all this we are back to, I mean, rather better than earlier the rail-based tourism. So that is another thing which will be, I mean, with our packages are full and we will be running with the full capacity. So that will be a very good, what you say, experience for the passengers who want to have the dedicated package tour for whatever is in demand. Of course, it is on the market demand is there. So that will be increasing the revenue, and that will be a go a long way because we are the only market player. I mean, we are the only one who who know the operations, who have the experience, and who can have a good experience for the passengers, for the travelers who will be getting a dedicated Jota package tours from us.
Understood, sir. Next question is from Udit. Udit, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Hi. Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity. So just wanted to understand currently what is the policy on the that IRCTC charges on per passenger ticket sold, and how is that going to change as the more number of AC trains or higher fare trains are introduced? Like, will we continue to charge it on revenue basis, percentage of revenue, or will it be a flat fee per ticket?
It is a flat fee. It is a flat fee per ticket. Sorry to interrupt. It is flat fee per ticket. It is rupees 30 for the AC classes and rupees 15 for non-AC classes.
Understood, understood. And given that we will be doing more ancillary services, right? We will be providing food and bedding services as well on all the new Vande Bharat trains, etc. So, what is the revenue that we expect to generate, if I think on per passenger basis, and the profit on the same?
No, I think, see, it will depend on train to train, because what we go as a transparent bidding process where the as per our criteria, the service providers were impaneled with us, and that registration is open for throughout the year. Those who are impaneled, they go bid for it, and they quote the advance license fee. The one who quotes the maximum license fee is given the license to operate the catering on the train. So therefore, it will be. I mean, I will send you the figure or whatever, because it will be different for other. Because each trains will, because now as of now, every train is a contract. So every train is we advertise. I mean, separately. So in the sense that it will be different for, let's say, Vande Bharat, which is a premium train, that will per person will be different. Then Rajdhani, Shatabdi, the Mail Express. I will send the figures for each one for the major categories by email. You just send your query, whatever is there. But one more thing is there. One more thing is there. Regarding we are coming out for a new policy, I mean, in consultation with the Ministry of Railways, because we are realizing that we should give a seamless experience for the catering to the passengers. For that, we would like to have a modern kitchen. Modern kitchen is one where from where I mean a state of the art modern kitchen from where the food is produced, and the food production is the most important, because if that is the hygienic and everything up to the mark, so that the distribution will be easier. As of now, we are going for a short-term contracts, but we are refining our what is a bid document. But very soon, most probably, we will be coming with a new concept that is called a cluster-based what you say this tendering. That means suppose that from New Delhi, suppose the 100 trains this start, then maybe 5, 6 or 7 trains, something like that. A cluster will be of 7 trains or something like that. Now this cluster, with the one who will be bidding for, it will not for one single tender this train, but for a cluster of it. Then, but before that, prerequisite will be that he has to make a modern kitchen, state of the art, as per our just standards, international standard, and with of course entire hygiene, and then also this AI based camera for supervisors, and we will be monitoring it. So that will increase slightly the revenue. That is number one. Now, number two, that concept was there of the Ministry of Railways, from where the food production is at one place, one agency, and the distribution is by the other agency. In what happened due to the taxation regime, we had to pay the taxes twice. So twice the taxes were there. So now the one agency will be there. So the tax element which was double, so that will be, I mean single taxation will be there, and that amount will be used for the food production. So that means that the quality of the food will go high. So what I mean to say, that per passengers, what you're telling, this will be different for different trains, and then also we are coming with the clusters. But however, if you ask a specific question by mail, I will send the answer, because this type of analysis also we have not made for each train.
Understood. And sir, like if you can help us understand currently how many people are availing IRCTC tourism packages, and what is the our plan? Like how much how many how what is the volume that we want to grow it to, and are we hiring any agencies or some people on roll to promote it? How are we thinking about it?
See, there are two things again that I'm telling you. The first thing, to the tourism, there are three parts I will cover. Rail tourism, I think we have covered. Then there also the package to tourism is by any means. I mean, well, normally of course rail and the air travel package, and of course one of course the our platform is so robust that we are doing let's say 10,000 this bus is the booking. So that is of course different. I'm not to tourism, but indirectly itself the cruises. Then I told you the Chardham, maybe the Lakshadweep also will be getting it. So we are in a talk with different what you say agency, different governments and different organizations. But the air travel, we compete with the unorganized private players. To very frank, our packages are, to very frank, are slightly high. We being in a public sector, being a listed company, we have to ensure that whatever the services we intend, we advertise and we promise, we have to deliver it. And we, in the air package, we send one more supervisor to them, and then we have the aggregator based, so that the whatever the package we finalize in advance, so the aggregator takes care of each and everything, right from the moment receiving, and then whatever this sightseeing and catering and everything and hotel bookings. So one of our Sensex officer goes in that. So slightly the cost will be, suppose that our to make a comparison. Let's say for unorganized players is 100 rupees, and then it will maybe ours will 100, 102, so slightly will be high. But then the whatever we promise, whatever is, so we fulfill it, and then we don't do so much advertising. But otherwise, the other I will not place name the players, but you already know that many players are there. They advertise too much. Advertisement cost is too much. We don't advertise because word of mouth publicity and our the what you say, the market standing is there. So therefore we keep on getting the repeat, and then also what you say, the reference, this one. So as of now, if you see this with the visa restrictions when it was eased, so we have started international tourism also, and then it is the eastern wall, the Maldives and Mauritius, and then of course in India, this Andaman, then what you say, this Leh Ladakh, and of course LTC we are the preferred, because LTC, the government department, the government officers, those who have the availed the LTC, so they have to run. We take the one stop solution, because the moment you come to us, the package we bring it in advance, so that to see to the market as per the festival, then as per the pricing, and of course we block the inventory well in advance, seeing that. But the only the thing is that as I told you, we compete with the unorganized market. We don't give any cashback, which is possible in a private company. So that is another thing, as a government company, that we don't do it. So slightly our packages are slightly, I mean, just higher, but then you have a seamless experience without any difficulty, because as I told that our one of the supervisor will be there to take each and every care for each and every passenger on board the moment they deboard it, and not only deboard, right from the package, from it starts, so all the seamless operations from I mean from the moment you board it, and then of course the entire traveling circuit, and then you come back, and then we are getting very feedback, very good feedback, and if of course if there is an improvement, any suggestions, so we ensure that it is incorporated in the next tour. But
Yep.
what I feel that sometimes the air, I mean this air package I'm purposely asking, this talking, there is a limit to which, I mean, because we have to also see the airfare. The airfare, I mean, too much of the penetration of civil aviation, I mean, this number of planes are still less compared to the demand. So therefore, it slightly goes higher. Then there is a limit to which we can see that we can cater to it. And of course, rail tourism is there, but air tourism especially, I'm telling it will going high. But then I mean, inventory is less, passengers are more, and then they beyond a point, in flux point, beyond which it becomes unprofitable, because normally this book it also, and we can't block everything in advance so that no one takes it. So it is a, I mean, market. We play in the market, seeing the market trend, seeing the trend of the passenger. All type of tourism. Let's say the eco tourism, then this what you say, the religious tourism, then the leisure tourism. So we cater to each and every, but provided there is a demand of the, I mean, market demands, then only just we do it.
Sir, just for my understanding, sorry, I'm a bit new here. So, sir,
Please.
yeah, you are booking in advance, you are blocking hotel rooms, airfare tickets, everything, and you are taking that inventory risk. Is that understanding correct?
A part of it. I will not say, because as I told you, suppose that we know that suppose that in a holiday season, every as per historical trend, as per the market survey, we know that let's say 500 people will traveling. Just I mean just so we understand that at least 150 will getting the 100 we block it, but we can't block it. Let's say 300 and then something goes wrong. Then in any case we end to pay. So we keep what has been trend, our trend, how much we have been giving the service, how much we will be coming to it. What our travel agents are also there. There are two things, two more things are there. They compete with us and they cooperate with us, because that is also there. They are also agents also, and they also compete with us. As I told you that we compete in the unorganized market. I mean, which everyone is free to. I mean, everyone can become a travel agent and they can advertise, and then whatever the services, that is a different thing. But as I told you, slightly ours is higher. So we want to, whatever we promise, we want to deliver it more than whatever we promised.
Mhm.
So therefore, we of course take it in inventory, but then we as a government organization, as a PSU or whatever. So in our online market, we take a calculated risk, reasonable risk. I will not say that we will book all the 400 or 500 just inventory whatever is possible.
Understood. Understood. And sir, so if you can help me, like how many people booked the holiday package, which may be 3-day, 5-day tour on your platform, and what is the size of the tourism department that we have in house?
I will
Number of
GGM IT
employees.
please. Yes, okay. GGM. Hmm? Tourism. Do you have the data? If you don't have some data, then we can again send the data. I will request one thing.
Yeah,
I
sure.
will send
I
you
have
the
right
data.
here.
Please, you just say because this is. I mean, we have data, but this is very minute data from which packages, from which sectors have gone. We have everything, but then it will take time. But so some of the. I mean, this I will just tell you in a. Yeah. Figures are there, na? Okay. Then so this let's say Holly 31 crore wala mein this target this 15 point okay. Then holiday customized education packages 15 crore roughly. Then so corporate travel business, online air ticketing business that was for 5 crore. That was only our commission of course. Then online hotel returning room bookings then 0.39 crore was there. Then online bus booking 5.96 crore. Then what is that? MICE वाला 0.05. Then cruise I think we have not done this time because one cruise was there, so that we have not done this time. Miscellaneous 0.25. So the total packages we had earned 27 crores earning our part.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Next, we have Debasmita. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you so much for your time. So I basically had two questions on the internet ticketing segment. So one is that I know that there is a discount that is currently offered on payments made via UPI, and that is to promote UPI and digital payments. But given that UPI payments are now approximately, say, 37% of overall ticket bookings, and therefore it is getting to a saturated level, is there a plan to remove this discount on UPI payments going forward? And my second question was on the new Vande Bharat trains that have been announced. So as a result of, say, the 75 new trains that come in and then another 400, what is the increase in number of passengers and in the ticket bookings that you're expecting going forward?
GGMRT, please. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, as of now, there is no plan to change the UPI structure. And from Vande Bharat, we are expecting around 3% increase in number of passengers.
Sorry, so is
And
this
3% will be for. Sorry, please ask the question.
Sorry, is this 3% increase over and above the regular increase that you see year on year?
Yeah, it will be over and above that.
And this 3% increase is coming from the 75 trains or the 475 trains?
No, there is a plan of 100 in the first stage. Already some of them were launched last year. So we are talking about for this year.
So 3% increase for approximately 75 trains.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We'll move on to the next participant. Devasmita, did that answer your question?
Yes, maybe we can take it offline and send our queries via email. Thank you.
All right. Next question is from Dhruv. Please go ahead.
Hi, am I audible?
Dhruv, you need to be a little louder.
Hey, am I audible
It's still faint.
It's not audible, please. It's not audible. Your question are not audible.
Can you hear me now?
No, you are actually, the voice is really faint. Do
Yeah.
maybe
Voice is
try
not
some
clear.
other device, or you want to send it over chat or email to me, I can take it up.
Yeah.
Yes, sure, I'll do that.
All right, next we have a question from Shreya. Please go ahead.
Sure. Thanks, Garma. Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So I just wanted to follow up on your comments earlier about extending the capacity of current trains and also the impact of the dedicated freight corridor. So what could be the incremental capacity that we are looking at from these two initiatives? And when do we expect that to happen? Is it like more like a 1 year, 2 year thing that we're expecting, or more like 4 to 5 year plan?
See, earlier, I mean, pre-COVID, we were doing around 890 trains, this catering. And the total number of trains now we are doing around more than 1200. So of
Okay.
course, I mean this is that corridor is the all four metros, and then just a crisscross will be there. So that will on the line capacity which is being added, and coupled with that also that what will be the coach manufacturing and the loco manufacturing is also taking place. So it is synchronization of all the three. But that is a fact that whenever, whatever the demand will always be there in such a vast country, the vast population, and I mean the travel which is taking place, whatever region, business region, leisure region, marriage region, social region, employment region, whatever is there. So that demand is always be there, because if you see the current this booking and wait listed passengers, so incremental around roughly around 12 to 13% out of the passengers which we have seen historically. But again, I am telling you, it can be more than that, provided that the cost of this pace of construction of the dedicated freight corridor is matched with the number of locals and number of coaches which form a train. And that when the train is there ready, then of course the Ministry of Railway introduces the train, and then we are ready to, I mean, do the entire service provide as a service provider, right from catering, then booking, and then of course packet drinking water. So that is the almost train. So this will be depending on many factors, but yes, it will always be more than 10%.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. And any timeline for that you have in mind, or is it like again not
I
really fixed right now?
I will tell you that, and in theoretically I can tell anything, but
Mm-hmm.
remember that the construction of the new lines, which
Mm-hmm.
involves capital and whatever is their supply chain management, that is one thing, and the land acquisition and from the farmers, and so I mean, so that is another issue. I will not like to dwell on this, because
Sure.
then state governments and so many things come up. But
Sure.
still, I mean, this as per the latest laws, the land acquisition of the central or government, or what is the national importance. I mean, whatever sub judice litigations are there, still the things are moving. So I can this timeline already. By the way, it is monitored every month, sorry, week, not less than the Prime Minister himself. That I can assure you, that where all the
Right.
cabinet ministers and all there. So what I mean to say, that this will be going at a very fast space. In the same
Mm-hmm.
way, the manufacturing of the loco and coaches, so that is also in a very increased space. But then I told you it has to be synchronized, all the three. Then only
Got
the
it.
introduction of the new train will be there, and then only this will come into picture. So it will depend on many factors, but obviously, if the passengers are ready to travel, if the passengers, it is responsibility of the government to ensure that the passengers travel, this, they have a seamless experience of traveling, and there is demand, and then also in any case it is a profitable venture for the government as well as for us, and we are as a part of government, we always pay the what you say the dividend. So what I mean to say, this everyone is in line, in sync, whether it is a what you say construction of the new lines, whether it is the production of the new coaches or production of the loco, and we in the same sense we keep on enhancing our what you say the capacity of the ticket booking and I mean this our internet system, our the infrastructure of the IT system, and of course we keep on seeing that what is the new route which come in advance. So then service providers who there should be adequate service providers who can take care, and then coupled with that, of course, the packet drinking water. So that I mean we can ensure that the drinking water is available to the traveling public. So all this keeps on going. So
Sorry.
I mean, timeline, I will not say immediate anything, but they are very fast space and percentage I told you roughly like this, but it may be that in the near future, if the more what you say the technological upgradation is there, I mean, in some areas, well, let's say the less problem of the land acquisition is there, they really agree to it, or I mean, there's not much agitation. So all these things are there.
Got
So
Okay, so thank you. That's very helpful.
okay.
Sir, I'll ask you questions on Dhruv's behalf. So he's asking, can you talk about the second sleeper volume share in ticketing volumes for FY 2023 and for 1Q FY24, and how would this shape up going forward?
शुद्ध बोलने दो ठीक किसका टू इसका टू just a minute call 2s this is na how much it is there just a minute. Okay, the 2s the booking of the 2s which are reserved category earlier the last quarter it was 3.14 crore and now current year is 1.33 crore, so it has of course gone down because not reserved.
Okay. And sir, anything that you want to comment on how this share would be going forward?
I could not understand your question.
How the share of second S
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be
slowly
going
and
forward?
slowly it will go. But it will ably compensated by into the introduction of the new Vande Bharat, and then our revenue will be, I mean, this is compensated, and rather more than that. So because we are increasing this premium trains and the number of what you say inventory increasing. Coupled with that, of course, the catering and then of course this packet drinking water. So yes, it will go slowly and slowly, but then it will be heavily compensated by introduction of new trains.
Understood, sir. And then he has a follow-up question. Is there any progress on price hikes in rail need?
On try,
On rail
price hike.
need.
You see price. I will tell you regarding this. This is administered price from the government, the Ministry of Railway. This administered price, the price is fixed by them. Number one. Number two, that yes, the cost of production is increasing because this is what you say. It is a function of the petroleum products, and sometimes due to the external disturbances also, sometimes it goes high, sometimes it goes low, and all these things are going on. But yes, this is a fact that there is increasing trend of the, I mean, cost of production. We have written requested Ministry of Railways for this. It is under consideration. It is a fact that other packet drinking water, those who are unorganized sector or whatever organized sector, they have already what you say hiked their rate. I mean that is the public. There's what you say the current price. So we as of now we are comfortable, but yes, if the price increase will be there in the cost of manufacturing due to the factors of the production of the petroleum products, which is not under our control, then obviously the Ministry of Railway will also consider this because they are reasonable, they are a part of it. They also have a 62% share, so they are taking view on this. It is under consideration.
Understood, sir. And his last question is the per ticket convenience charge, right? what is it currently for tickets booked via UPI?
Via UPI, it is for 10 rupees for non-AC and 20 rupees for AC.
Okay. And UPI share, can you quantify for FY23
UPI's,
and 1Q FY24?
UPI's last it was 33% UPI share was, and now this year it is 37%. This quarter 37%.
Okay. Okay.
It is
Understood, sir.
slightly increasing, yes.
Got it. And I think he has one more question. That there are a lot of disputes on revenues with catering licensees based on, your disclosures. Is there any progress on that?
Mm, I could not understand. Please, can you repeat it? What?
Yeah, sure. So there are some disputes on revenues with catering
Okay,
licensees.
got it. You see, as I explained earlier also that as of now we are having a short-term contracts. Number one, number two, that we are going to have a long-term contract, and many contracts are under. I mean, many tenders are will be floated or under preparation or whatever the bid document is being prepared. And then I told some of the trains have been extended, then frequency has increased. So all this will coupled with that. In any case, it will be increased revenue share to us. But one thing, remember, trains may be introduced, but if they kilometers and all that, they start at 11 o'clock in the night and terminate at, let's say, 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. Then people do not want any meals, and it is a function of market demand and supply. And the service providers, even if you tender, there's no service provider ready, because hardly, let's say, only 5% of the people will be having the meals. So that is another thing. Number of trains may be increased, but if you don't have the meals on the train, so that is of no use to us, because we have to have this catering and this real need. So I mean, what I mean to say, that they have to pay the advance license fee, and if they don't earn because of the revenue, so they will not come, and that is happening. So many trains are there, number of trains are increasing. If they don't have the sufficient number of meals where they break even, so therefore, I mean, no service provider is coming, and even if you tender, then there is no use. I mean, no point, because that is not a revenue earner for us.
Understood, sir. So another question on catering. IRCTC currently offers catering in, let's say, 1,200 trains, and there are plans to add
Okay.
200 trains to that. So what is
Yeah.
the timeline during which you will add this 200 count?
You see, the 200 new trains timeline, because this is now dependent on the Ministry of Railways as such. I told you that we are the one, once we get the trains introduced, or rather the start of this launching of the new trains is a function of the Ministry of Railways. But I told you in sufficient detail that yes, if the number of passengers are not getting seats, they want to travel, there is a demand, and it is a public responsibility, government responsibility, and it is a revenue earner for government also, and for, of course, the shareholders also. So therefore, the all round, I mean, effort is being taken to increase, I mean, to construct the new lines. That is number one. Number two, to have the line capacity for due to the operation, due to the what you say, the operation requirement are getting synchronized. The new technology has been, so that manpower, I mean, the detention and all that, so turnaround, so all these things are taking place. Of course, coupled with that, production of the coaches and the locomotives, so that is another supply chain. So this is already going on. I told this is being monitored at the highest level. So the launching of the new trains is basically a prerogative and function of Ministry of Railways. But they are also, I tell you, they aligned, I mean, with the public demand. So therefore, I cannot comment exactly just what will be the timeline and all that. But I told you that it is in a very fast or enhanced pace, and the government is really considering, so that the wait listed passengers, I mean, should not be there. They should have a facility to travel if they want to travel for whatever reason, for employment reason, for whatever reason.
Understood, sir. I think Debasmita had some more questions on this. I will pass on the chat to her.
Hi, sir. Once more. Thank you, Garima. So I meant that there are 200 trains that are currently not catered to by IRCTC and are also not, there's no plan to include them in the entire list of the total 1600 passenger trains. So my question was that, is there any plan in the future to include those trains as well in the fold of catering?
You see the thing is that TSB, we call it like a train side vending where not much demand of the, I mean, food is there. So we, of course, we have tried to tender it out. Since no service provider has come, we are keep on reducing the license fee to the bare minimum. Still, they are not coming. Then, of course, we have tied up like this. The tin side vending, the concept is like this, that no pantry will be there, no dedicated kitchen will not be there. But then the train and they will book the order, and then you also, of course, they will give in advance, let's say 3 to 4 hours in advance, to the next base stations, whatever the junction is there. From there they will pick up the food and then of course distribute it. So that is one. And by the way, we have also started e-catering also. So those who are, I mean, they have opportunity, they have an option. uh, I mean, 2 days back, the 66,000 was the total meals booked. So it is an increasing speed. But since it is a this license-based model, so in the TSB train, where there are not a sufficient number of people who require food, who will not order food, so in any case, that will be a loss-making proposition even for service provider, and therefore even after tending, no one has come up. So therefore, there is no option but to have the TSB or the e-catering, because ultimately we are giving all opportunity. If the sufficient break even is there, then of course that some bidder will be, some catering license provider will be there. If they're not, then we have a TSB. If it is not there, then still you also many, even much less number of meals is required. Then the e-catering is also there. So we have tried to satisfy all the passengers, but it will depend on the volume, because we go by the volume game. That is the main thing. The break even has to be there, because this is your business sense.
Understood, sir. So is it correct to say that all passenger trains have either catering or e-catering services or train side vending? And these three broadly cover all the 1600
Yeah,
trains right now?
of course, very rightly, very right.
Okay. Okay, understood. And then I had one more question on Rail Neer as well. So I understand that right now it is available in only about 600 stations. So with the addition of say 4 new plants, is IRCTC planning to reach the other stations that it's currently not serving as well?
Very right, correct. We would like to, because as I told, the mandate is like this, that once we enter some station, no, other way around, other way around. Once we are not able to reach some station, platform stations, railway establishment, then we request the zonal railways, the railway ministry of railway itself, to have the to impanel some of the, what is it, the packet drinking water and provide to the passengers. But however, once our production goes high and we are able to cater to some station, then that is dedicated as a mandatory station. Mandatory railway station, that means all the brands will be out, and on only really the packet drinking water will be there. So no one has no one has a right to, I mean, sell it, because that has become the mandatory. So we are trying to increase the mandatory stations gradually. So this is what you said, the 4 plants, what you told, which you have in knowledge. So this will be again increasing the, I mean, what is the, hello, am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
That was very helpful.
So there is one follow-up question from Dhruv. And he's asking what was the haulage charge increase taken by railways for Tejas trains and what is the annual impact of the same?
I will tell you this the haulage charge of railways. No doubt they have this. We have got a letter that it has been increased from retrospective effect. That is number one. We have requested that to consider it, and it should not be from the what you say retrospective effect, but from the prospective effect. As per and they are under consideration, and I will tell you the what is the earlier haulage charge that was 31 crore, and then the variable charges was 51 crore. Then the also study charges was 3.48 crore, and of course other expenses are there. So that was the earlier what it is as per the direction of the Ministry of Railways. But we are confident. We are confident that we have written a letter. There has been series of consultations and meetings, and we have been tried to convince them that the charges should be only from retrospective, from perspective from future date. It should not be from retrospective effect. It is under consideration, and we are hopeful that it will be done. Now, even if from perspective effect will be there, then we will change our the business model, the revenue model, so that please go ahead.
Sir, we missed the last part of what you said. I think the connection was a little weak.
Okay. What I mean to say that yes, we have got the tariff charges from the Ministry of Railways, which has been applied from retrospective effect. We have written a letter, we have persuaded with them, and we have series of meetings and consultations, and we have been able to convince them that it should be from the not from retrospective effect, but from the prospective effect from the future date. That is number one. Number two, that in all probabilities we are confident that since we are reasonable and as a reasonable stand, we will be getting it waived off. Number three, that in future whatever if even if the whatever increase is there, we will be trying that we will align our policies in such a way that our revenue model should be such that it should be a profitable venture. Of course, we have made a provision of around 52 crore for the last 2 years, so that is as a conservative accounting practices we have made it. But then we are confident that the Ministry of Railways will what you say take decision which is our reasonable stand and waive off and apply the custody charges, the this what you say this tariff charges, haulage charges, not from the this retrospective effect, but only from the future date.
Understood, sir. That is very clear. If there are any more questions from participants, we can take them now. I don't see any questions. Yes, sir. I had one last question, maybe, and we are then out
Please
of
go ahead.
time.
Please. Yeah.
Sir, let us say there are two scenarios, right? In case one, you sell the ticket directly to the customer through the IRCTC website. And case two, the ticket is being sold through some aggregator, right? It could be some travel agent. In both the cases, do you make the same amount of commission on a per ticket basis?
I will tell you what is that. Let's say typically also we have made our own agents, so that means we have allowed competitions amongst ourselves with us. So with the B2C, the providers, so they have been made agents, so they can also book the ticket, but they, of course the pipeline is the same, so they have to come again back to us. Now the charges wise, the 30 rupees, let's say for AC, 30 rupees is the maximum which we can charge from the AC ticket, and they are empowered to charge maximum 40 rupees. Okay, 30 plus 40, 70. But however, some of the customers are having due to ease operations or whatever reason, so they book through them, they are free to that. So out of 40 rupees, 12 rupees comes to us, the percentage, 12 rupees. So that means we end up with 30 plus 12, that is 42 rupees. But the passenger pays for 70 rupees. So that is the backup.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much. Devasmita, you have a question?
Yes, thanks, Garima. So, sir, I wanted to ask a question on convenience fee. So, right now it is charged on a per PNR basis versus a per ticket basis. Is there any plan to change it so that it's charged on a per ticket basis going forward?
You see, at the moment it is quite profitable. The profit margin are very adequate. We are, I mean, as a responsible public sector company, though we are in the business also, but then also we have the mandate. IRCTC has the mandate. We will see to it. If the demand, the situation demands, we will go as per the whatever reasonable. But at the moment, I think we are comfortable with this. So therefore, immediately there is no plan.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. I think there is just one last question. What
Yeah.
percentage of ticketing revenue is from AC tickets?
Tickets. Okay, okay. Just a minute.
So there's just one last question. What
Yeah, yeah.
percentage of ticketing revenue is from AC
Just,
tickets?
just a minute. Just getting the data.
All right, sure.
If you have something, call karo. JJ Marty, the question is that what is the
Yeah.
percentage
Yeah.
the ticket revenue percent from AC tickets? AC tickets, what is the revenue percentage out of?
Yeah. I heard the question. Actually, the number of tickets booked in AC classes is roughly 35%, and other than AC is 65%. The revenue from convenience fee from this is roughly around 45%. I am not exact numbers not right with me, but that will be somewhere around 45%.
Understood.
Is that
Sir.
clear? 45% for the revenue of the convenience fee.
Got it. Got it. Yes, that is clear. I think we are out of time and we've taken some additional minutes of your time also. So, on that note, Ajit sir and your entire IRCTC team, many thanks for taking the time out and for answering all our questions.
Thank you, thank you. Your all any suggestions are welcome, so that we try to ensure that these are whatever practical, feasible we want to, because we want to be in touch with the, I mean, business standard, the market. So they are the one, I mean, who keep on advising us. So thank you very much.
AC classes से कितना convenience fee
Thank
होता
you,
है?
sir. We at
Thank you, sir.
do
Okay.
interact with
Okay.
companies very often on this, and we'll be in touch with you. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Thank you. We can log off then.
Thank you. Bye.